A student asks, can you tell me how geomatics compares to computer science? So there is a lot of overlap between geomatics and computer science. We tend to think of computer science as being more conceptual and more theoretic, and geomatics is more applied. So one thing we hear a lot from our co-op employers is that they really like to hire geomatics students because they know both the computer and the data side of things, but then also how it applies in the real world. So if you're working for a consultant who's developing bridges or roads, those students can apply a lot of those computer science and data analysis techniques to actual things that are happening out there in the real world.
Our next question is, can you clarify what the difference is between geomatics and geographic information systems? Geographic information systems are a software tool. They help us manipulate, manage data, and visualize those data. Geomatics, I think of as a much bigger component where we're using different theories, different concepts, different pieces of equipment to collect the information that we can then use in a GIS, but we often use that information in so many more different ways for statistical analysis, using R and Python, building applications, phone applications, tablet applications, all kinds of different things. So I think of geomatics as more as some of the real world applications that we're doing that involves a whole spectrum of equipment, software, hardware, and applications.
Okay, there's a couple other ones. Here's the future one. Okay. A student asks, what does the future of geomatics look like? Are there big changes coming in the field? So that is an awesome question. Geomatics is a really exciting field to be in right now, especially with things like AI and all the huge amounts of data that we have coming in. You can imagine even something simple like a car, right? A car is a source of data, and we can use that information that's collected as a car travels around the city to do things like plan our transportation system, to manage traffic, and even to allocate different vehicles to different areas of the city to reduce congestion. So now is a super exciting time to be involved in geomatics. We've never had this much data available before, and especially real-time data as well.
If I do choose geomatics, can you tell me what kind of co-op jobs and careers I can get? Well, many of the co-op jobs that students have within their degree in geomatics are actually jobs that they continue on and make their careers. The types of jobs that we see students going into run a wide range from working with the government, whether it's the Canadian Space Agency, Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, Environment Canada, Natural Resources Canada, provincial and municipal governments looking at planning of things like infrastructure, transportation, or environmental consulting. So we've had students that have gone on to GHD as well as trade and engineering. So there's a wide range of jobs that you can expect to apply for within the co-op stream, as well as a wide range of applications. Some are environmental, others are transportation, and others might be looking at something like statistics modeling of urban information.
I love coding and all things tech. Is geomatics good for someone interested in computer science? Most definitely, geomatics is a great fit for students who are interested in computer science. Without computer science, we really don't have geomatics as an industry or as a subject. So if you like coding, if you like working with large data sets, if you like numbers, if you like seeing things come to life on a screen or on a mobile app, then geomatics is a great choice for you.
Our next question is, can you explain what remote sensing is exactly and what it has to do with geomatics? Remote sensing really is any way that we are perceiving or measuring something in the world around us remotely. And sometimes we do that with cameras, sometimes we do that with LiDAR sensors, sometimes we do it from the ground with a terrestrial laser scanner or a survey equipment, and sometimes we do it from the air with drones or airplanes or satellites. We use those data to get information about the environment, about the activities that humans are doing, to answer questions that help society out.
What kinds of certifications, credentials, or licenses can you get in the geomatics program? So our geomatics program will qualify you for all of the academic requirements for the Geographic Information Systems Professional, the GISP certification. So that's one credential that you can get through our program.
Okay, so another question is, what would you say is the coolest part about studying geomatics? Well, what I like to think about in terms of how geomatics is cool is that you can take the techniques that you learn on the computer science side in terms of automation, AI, or scripting, and you can apply it to any environmental problem.
From my perspective, over my career, what I've enjoyed most about studying geomatics is that I get excited about topics and I get to use all these really cool tools for collecting data about the environment and looking at the spatial relationships between humans and natural systems, or about different components in natural systems using those same approaches. So it gets really exciting for me to go out in the field, collect a whole bunch of data, come back in and use all that tech in the lab in order to make science and society better.
So that's a really great question. I think there's lots of cool parts. And actually, in my first year class, Geography 187, Geospatial Data Science, I have students collect data about their daily lives for the entire term, and then they produce a really cool visualization of that data at the end of the term. So they do all sorts of ideas. I have students who track their fitness workouts. I have students who track their achievements playing video games, and they take all that data and they put it together into a really compelling visualization that shows change over time throughout the term. So that's just one thing that I think is cool about studying geomatics, but there's lots more.